Alright guys, so we're gonna just go right to the next video here. I think this is gonna be for Saturday. So let's go and talk about some drama. Not drama. Let's just talk about Galaxy of Heroes just for another little time, because if I look at everybody else doing YouTube right now, they're either talking about Conquest, ranting about Lord Vader, or something else with the state of the game. So let's go and do that. This is also just because I have no ideas for videos. So here we go. So I think AP Gains made a video today, or Thursday rather, so a couple days in the past, talking about positive changes in a game, and like CG understanding here's like the issues and they're gonna fix it. I think CG is pretty aware of where things are in the game. So, you know, with Conquest coming out and their changes to it, I'm sure they understand the changes are not a fan favorite. But in terms of non-Conquest things, there is really, in my opinion, with how I've been playing the game for almost 6 years. Maybe it's been 6 years. 2015? It's been 6 years. Holy shit. Anyways, the CG, they have a track record of not, like, they care, but really they don't care that much in terms of, you know, when they release something big like this, like a Galactic Legend, blah, 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 whatever it is, etc. As long as they're making money, that's all they care about, right? And that's what a company should do anyways, right? But for the most part, these changes we've gotten about characters, the non-GL counters, executor complaints, I mean, they're not going anywhere. What I do see, though, I think AP talked about it in his recent video, is with Conquest. And this is one mode that is a fan favorite. Sarcasm to the max there. Just kidding. Nobody likes this mode, right? I was able to complete it. I beat it within the first 3 days, okay? I don't want to... That's not a flex. That's actually the opposite of a flex. That is actually pretty pathetic. It's kind of sad, honestly. I have had that much free time to complete it. But they are aware that not everybody's liking Conquest. And, you know, it's a pretty simple thing. I don't think they're going to keep it the way it is for very long. Maybe after Maul we get some different changes. Maybe some difference in sectors, in just farming up these feats, or not farming the feats, or just getting the feats done, or whatever. The whole process of Conquest, completing it. I think we're going to get some change in the near future after this whole season with Maul is done, right? So that's going to be probably until end of October, I would say. We're going to get some new change with whatever the next Conquest character or ship is. So CG's aware. CG's very aware. I would say, though, with like Lord Vader's release, and, you know, let's talk about the GLs for a moment, okay? The Galactic Legends we have 6 now. Rey, Kylo, Emperor Luke, Kenobi, Lord Vader. Like I've said this before in a different video, nowadays with the release of Kenobi and Lord Vader, you have to have, it's like required that you have their counterparts being a Commander Ahsoka or being Darth Maul, this new Conquest Maul. And just that fact alone is such an annoying, frustrating, depressing fact that it is so not even in my field of vision to even want to farm a Lord Vader. I was lucky enough to get Kenobi because of the requirements for him. It was somewhat attainable. So I kind of want to go to these... Let's just kind of go to the journey guide and just kind of show you the difference in how close I was, because it was a lot easier, guys. So, I mean, here we go. Kenobi, Negotiator, Mace Windu, blah, blah, blah. So, I think I did a video on this recently, too. There was maybe... Let's count it up. There was... Let's see, Cody, Cad. I mean, I'm thinking about the ones I had. There was maybe 3 to 4 that I had to actually get from, you know, level 1, gear 1 to, you know, Relict. But then we go to Lord Vader, totally different story. Maybe like 6 to 7 to 8 I still need to get. So, Lord Vader, his performance, though, that's another topic, is his performance right now before having Maul. I think it's performing how it needs to be without Maul, because if you go back to Kenobi, he was still able to do things, right, and counter things, but he was nowhere as near as strong as he is now with Commander Ahsoka. It's kind of the same story with Lord Vader, so I feel no sorrow for people who wailed out on Lord Vader, and they're not going to get Maul because they were, like, so dead set on Lord Vader being the best thing ever. Those people who did that, they are needing some help. They're not all there in the head, honestly. Anyways, Lord Vader, I feel like he's just another GL like Kenobi was in their GL before Commander Ahsoka. But the fact that I don't like about GLs, if this is a common trend, is that Conquest character that you have to have for that GL to work to its fullest potential. That's not okay. That's not okay. That is no bueno. So, I think that's another complaint. I think right now, I don't speak really for everybody in the game because I don't really consider myself free to play. I don't consider myself a whale either. I spend probably from time to time, if I feel like it, on maybe getting more crystals for refreshing on some nodes, whatever it may be. I don't really think I've spent money on crystals to get characters or to buy gear or whatever that is. I haven't done that in like a month. Month? No, it's been way longer than a month. It's been a few months. So, my concerns, like I said, I don't speak for everybody because I'm not really a free-to-play. I'm not really a whale. But my biggest complaint, my biggest concern is that with the Conquest characters, and then that with upcoming fleet meta changes. Conquest, really for me, I have no really big concerns or complaints with Conquest other than the time management and the time, that you have to spend playing it to get that reward. I mean, I could break down the amount of time I spent playing this to get the max crate in 3 days. I would say maybe I spend 2 hours a day. So what is that? 6 hours in total? 6 to 8 hours. Let's say it's 8 hours because you never know. I might have to go back and play it that night. Around 8 hours to complete Conquest in that, 3 to 4 day time frame. That's a lot of time because if you think about just Conquest and you think about everything else in the game, arenas do not take you that long. And then you got, Fleet, that doesn't take you that long either. And you got GAC, TW, those do not take lots of time. They are just such a small part of this game that you don't really have to worry about because it's a game, you're going to spend time on it because it's a fun game, or at least it should be fun for you. And you're going to spend some time, but then you go and talk about Conquest for a second, and that's just a total different timeline that you have to spend to play the game mode. It's like, I don't know. It's something different that I have not really seen in a mobile game yet. I've played lots of mobile games, and this is like the first one where I've really had to spend a lot of time to achieve something like that. Tier 7 box is no joke. It takes a lot of time. So, I guess Conquest, the feats, blah, 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 like, yeah, they're annoying, but at the very end of the day, what is annoying is just having to replay battles. And it's not even because, like, I have to, like, manually play the battles. I can auto the battles. Even then, though, it's still a very annoying thing to do. It's just so not something I want to spend my time doing. But I kind of need to do it if I want to get Maul or the new Conquest guy, whatever it is. So, I guess going back to my point, what I'm trying to get at, I'm still all over the place right now. What I'm trying to get out, though, is that... Here we go. Let's kill off... I'm doing my climbs right now. Sorry, guys. Is that the Conquest characters that you need for GLs is my biggest concern. The requirements for these new GLs, another big concern. And then, again, Executor and the fleet. I mean, guys, that is still such a big issue right now. I'm not sure if you guys have really fought many of these 7-star Executors, but I can single-handedly lose my entire Grand Arena round just because a guy sets a 7-star Executor on me. And I could set mine, but I'm not going to be able to one-shot his. It's going to be like a 2 or 3 shot. And that alone is why I've been losing GACs. And then, partnering that with the changes to these characters that are no longer as good, like a Darth Vader or a Jedi Knight Luke, those guys partnering with the Executor is really why I'm losing my love for GAC these days. It's just something that has been building up, and I'm like, wow, is it even that much more fun really anymore? Because all I see are either cheese defenses, people only setting these crappy C tier to D tier teams, keeping everything for offense. Or I'm either seeing people who don't care about the mode and they set everything on defense. It's nothing in between. There is never a time where I've had anything in between since these changes have gone live, like a month or so ago. And that is such a big issue for me, and I'm sure for a lot of other people, because I don't find GAC that fun anymore. And even, that much more so with Territory War, because you see more of that in Territory War as a guild. So, really right now, if I'm thinking about why I play this game still, it's for YouTube, it's for the community, and it's for Conquest, because without Conquest, I would have nothing to do. Even if it's a time sink, it's the best time sink I have in my days, unless I go and find some other hobby. Anyways, guys, that's about it. I'm going to be stopping this video. I don't know. For this video, I had really nothing to talk about besides what other people have been talking about. Why people are quitting, why why people are, I guess, the content creators are making these videos. This is like, if you go in the last month or so of YouTubers, AP Gains, Cubs, Arnold, all those guys, and others, most of their higher view videos are in regards to stuff like this, talking about the state of the game, ranting, having some of these complaints, these concerns, and bring on guests who do that exact same stuff. And it's just what it's all about. And I don't think that's what I really like to cover. I've never been that kind of guy to cover those topics. I'm the one who likes to go and show counters and showing the more informative parts of the game. If you guys know me, I'm not that very entertaining. I mean, maybe I can to some people, but I'm nothing like an Arnold. I don't really my channel is not based around that entertaining factor. I maybe can bring it to some people, but really if you go to the base of what I'm all about, it's about the more informative content, you know, what can help you the most in the game. And at this point in Galaxy of Heroes, that is just something that I do not see going that well for my channel. And it's kind of sad to say. Anyways, different topic. I just want to leave it there. Conquest, I don't think is as bad as people think. The only thing that's bad with it is that it's a time sink. But if you think about everything else in the game, and I guess me thinking about everything else in the game, I think that's probably the best time sink for me because I'm actually getting rewards for it. Everything else, I don't really feel like I'm getting as rewarded. Again, Lord Vader is not as bad as I feel like people think he is. And he's not the greatest either. You know, you gotta just wait for Maul. Wait for Maul, and things will be fine. Really, it will be, because it's a hard, direct counter to a Commander Ahsoka Master Kenobi team. It really is. And until then, people are going to still complain about him. That's just what it is. People complain. I do it a lot, and that's what I'm doing right now. Anyways, guys, have a great weekend. And yeah. Bye, guys. I don't know what else to say. Bye.